Hey everybody, Cheryl Pickens here. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit today about the Realtors Political Action Committee, RPAC. That is something that I, as a real estate professional, as a realtor in Oklahoma, I support on our local level, on our state level, and then on the federal level. And some folks don't fully understand what the RPAC is all about. On one side, people say, oh, I'm not into politics. I'm not going to invest in that RPAC thing because, I don't want to do anything with politics. Well, unfortunately, fortunately, politics is part of everybody's life. Now, you may choose to not be aware of what's going on. You may be deep into and you know exactly what's going on, or for the most of us, we're somewhere in between. And it's hard to sit down and wrap your mind around what happens when you invest in RPAC. And so today when I put on my vest, Rpac For All, this is the Oklahoma City Metropolitan Association of Realtors logo regarding our RPAC efforts. We are focusing on attainable housing for our clients in Oklahoma City area specifically, but Oklahoma in general. We want to remove some of those barriers that keep modest income families from being able to purchase their home. We understand generational poverty is perpetuated when folks can't get out of the rent cycle. Some folks want to rent and that's a-okay, but if somebody wants to purchase, we want to be able to help them. Okay, so here's something that I thought of today when I put my vest on. For those real estate professionals and other professionals in the real estate industry. If you are an insurance agent, you are touched by the real estate industry. If you are a plumber, you are touched by the real estate industry. Certainly title companies, all right? So you follow me, lenders, okay? Here's another way of looking at it. If you are in a conversation with someone who does not speak the language you speak, all right? I speak English. So if I learn of someone that I need to have a conversation with who speaks French, I'm not going to be able to communicate. I'm not going to be able to understand him or her. I'm not going to be able to state my position effectively to be understood. But I know that what that individual has to share with me or affects in another way affects me, and I want to know what that is, right? So what would I do if I wanted to communicate with someone who speaks a different language than I do? I would get an interpreter, all right? That person would be able to translate what I'm saying to where the French-speaking person could understand and vice versa. So think about all of the issues, local, state, federal, that affect the real estate industry and affect every real estate professional, every business that is touched by the real estate industry. You know this stuff is important, but maybe your brain doesn't work that way. You don't have time to dig into it. You don't feel a conviction on your heart that you need to fully understand. You need an interpreter. You need someone to say, hey, this is what the realtor group or the real estate professional group believes. This is their stand on this. This is why it's important. You need someone to communicate that to the other party that maybe doesn't speak your language. That's exactly what RPAC is for. RPAC, number one, we hire lobbyists, okay? Whether you like that idea or not is not really relevant because it happens, okay? And if you are not aware of that, I don't mean to insult you, that's how it works. We are following state legislation and federal legislation that affects how we do business. I want to remain an independent contractor. At one point in our very recent history, that was on the chopping block, okay? All the things that the RPAC organization via lobbyists and people at our state capitol and our national capitol, RPAC dollars fund that. We also need to put out marketing and information to the general public that states what we do. as the RPAC, Realtors Political Action Committee, we have, again, local, state, and federal groups that manage those dollars that are invested by real estate professionals, realtors, businesses, and community individuals to continue that conversation with our legislators who may not speak our language. And we may not speak the legislators' language. So we need somebody to interpret for us. So if you haven't gotten a good grasp on what RPAC is all about, I would love to talk to you some more about it. My name is Cheryl Pickens, and I am a firm believer in RPAC.